Hi, welcome to Kitchen Revelations. Today's recipe is a very interesting one. It is white forest cake. I will be teaching you how to make it from the scratch. If you're new to this channel, please do not forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon next to it for regular updates. So without wasting much time, let's quickly get on to the recipe. To start with, let's make icing sugar. I had put a video earlier where I have explained in detail how to make icing sugar. Still, I'll explain in short. So I've taken 1 cup sugar. For 1 cup sugar, take 1 tablespoon of cornflour. Mix everything well and blend it in the mixer for about 1 minute. Give short pulses. Do not blend continuously because sugar will form lumps. If you want a detailed explanation, please check the previous video or the link will be given in the description box below as well. Moving on to the next part, let's start baking the cake. I'm going to bake an eggless sponge cake. For that, I'm using 1 cup curd. Curd is used instead of egg. Next, I'm going to add 2/3 cups of oil. Oil is used instead of butter. You can use any refined oil. Here I'm using sunflower oil. Next, I'm going to add 1 cup of powdered sugar. Please do not use granulated sugar. Use powdered sugar. A clarification, this is not icing sugar. Icing sugar will be used for the frosting part. This is just plain powdered sugar. Add sugar little by little and mix well. So our wet ingredients are ready. Now using a strainer, let's add the dry ingredients. I'm adding 2 cups of all-purpose flour or Maida. You can also use 1 cup of all-purpose flour and 1 cup of milk powder instead of the 2 cups of Maida. Then add 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Sift the flour gently. Now gently incorporate the flour using a whisk or hand mixer. Do not over mix as it will result the cake to fall down after baking. Once you have finished mixing, add the essence of your choice. Here I am adding vanilla essence 1 teaspoon. So our cake batter is ready. Next, moving on to the baking part, place a pan on your stove. Place a stand inside. This one I got with a pressure cooker or a normal stand like this one. Now close the lid of the pan and preheat for 10 to 15 minutes. So while our pan is preheating, let's line the cake tin using a parchment paper or simply using oil and flour. I have already cut the parchment paper according to the size of the tin. Once you finish lining the tin, add the cake batter to this tin and gently tap to release air bubbles if any. So our pan has preheated. Let's place the cake tin inside this pan and cover and bake for about 30 to 35 minutes. Meanwhile the cake is baking, let's prepare the cake frosting. I had earlier put a video on cake frosting using buttercream. Still will explain it in short. Add 500 grams of butter. To this butter add icing sugar which was prepared earlier. Beat butter and icing sugar till it turns white and fluffy. Add 1 teaspoon vanilla essence and mix well. Cover the buttercream frosting using a cling film or transfer into an airtight container and store in the refrigerator for about 1 hour for the cream to set. So it's been almost 40 minutes. Our cake has baked well. You can see it has left from the edges of the pan. Once the cake cools down, let's demold the cake. Before layering the cake, let's prepare the sugar syrup. For that, I've taken 2 tablespoons of sugar. Into that, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of water. Mix well till the sugar dissolves and keep this aside. So our cake has cooled down completely. Let's layer the cake. So this is our base layer. It has been 1 hour and our buttercream frosting has also set. So let's open and check it out. Now before decorating, I'm going to place the cake on a silver board. If you don't have, don't worry, you can also place the cake on a plate. Apply some cream and then place the base layer so that it does not skid while decorating. Now apply the sugar syrup which was prepared earlier on this base layer. Sugar syrup will help to make the bread moist and soft. After applying sugar syrup, top the base layer with the frosting. Once you finish applying the frosting, place the top layer of the cake. Now repeat the same process, that is, apply sugar syrup and then the frosting. Gently cover the top portion. To rotate and cover the cake with the frosting, I am placing a plate below the cake board. Next, apply the frosting on the sides of the cake. We have finished coating the cake with generous amounts of frosting. Now for the final finishing, I have taken 1 cup filled with warm water, a spatula, whichever one you have, the regular one or an icing spatula. Dip the spatula in warm water and gently move on top of the cake. If you have a cake turntable, well and good, or using a plate and a spatula, slightly rotate and swipe the edges of the cake. Dip the spatula in warm water in between for final finishing. So we have finished coating the cake with the frosting. Now let's transfer the remaining frosting into piping bags for decoration. Here I am using a star nozzle for decoration. As shown in this video, place the nozzle into the piping bag. Now place the piping bag into a glass for ease in filling it with frosting. So our piping bag is ready. Now let's start with the decoration part. For decorating my white forest cake, I'm also going to use white chocolate. Please check previous video for how to make white chocolates at home. The link for it is given in the description box below. So let's grate these chocolates using a grater. So now I'm going to decorate the center and the sides with the grated white chocolate. Next, using the frosting, I'm going to swirl in small circles on the top edges of the cake. To finish off, let's place some cherries on top of the cake. So our super soft, creamy, delicious white forest cake is ready. Do try it out and share your feedbacks in the comment section below. Thank you for watching Kitchen Revelations.